the sort of the story of Riding Hood is quite, it's a relatively short story, and Catherine Hardwicke, the director, and the vision behind it has opened it up. It really ends with truly the Red Riding Hood story, so there's a sort of preamble of where were we before the story started. It's a dark, kind of a dark take on on an already dark story. It isn't overly gory. If people are a little squeamish and think it's going to be werewolves tearing people apart, you know, there's a bit of that, of course, but it isn't overly bloody or gory. I mean, it's a PG-13, so it's aimed at a particular audience. And I play Father Solomon, who is a sort of man of the cloth, who is a sort of Grand Inquisitor. He's the Witchfinder General. He's like the Van Helsing of the story. But instead of hunting vampires, it's werewolves. A fun character. You know, Catherine is somehow clued into this sort of teenage angst, or she seems to know. She knows the audience very well. An opportunity to work with Amanda. It was a sort of no-brainer for me. I just thought it might be fun to also, for once, be the old man on the set. You know, come and play with all these handsome, youthful people. These beautiful people. I like anything that Cassavetes did, but I have my favourites, and I think Killing of a Chinese Bookie, Opening Night, Faces. I like Rossellini, Fellini. I like Truffaut. American directors, I could watch The Conversation again and again. Coppola, great film, great piece of screenwriting. Godfather 2. I mean, I think it's just a masterclass of storytelling and lighting, costume, set design, acting, photography, composition. I mean, if you said to a student, if they said to you, what's a really good film I could watch? I mean, you could say Godfather Part 2. It has it all. Recently, I liked Beautiful very much. Blue Valentine, of recent releases. Black Swan's very interesting. He's always an interesting director. But the list is. And then there's the work of Scorsese. It gets a little tiring because I have played a lot of good characters too, and most recently, in the last 10 years, I've played Sirius Black and Jim Gordon. I haven't actually, well, I don't really even think Solomon's he's not a villain. The wolf is the villain, but he's, you know, there's an intensity to Solomon, and I really haven't played anything like that for a long time. But people remember, you know, I can think of, you know, Immortal Beloved and Rosencrantz and Guildenstern are Dead and Nobody's Baby and, you know, Harry Potter and Batman. I mean, there's a ton of characters that I've played that are not borderline psychotic. But they remember that it's those characters, isn't it? It's that guy from The Professional they remember, who pops that pill. You know, you always get into those conversations where you go, well, that's not true, or I didn't really know that, or you go, what's that film he made? He made that film, and you go and you kind of use it as a sort of, it's like sort of, it's like windows on the world, I guess.